So, with my experience asking God for things in prayers, I don't really get them answered. And the very reason must be because He's not my parent. And that must mean that the only way I could pray ever was to pray to the universe. Praying at temples, praying at home, while before breakfast or dinner or whatever meal is often not answered. And when it is answered, it's often interfered. Once it's interfered, it's almost certain that it is not my parent that I am praying to. So it is not a power trip thing, it is not anything of that sort, but obviously it is that I have to know my place and know who I am and where I stand and who my parents really are. So once I had prayed to God of universes, in my belief and my understanding was that it was supposed to be an okay prayer, but it's okay maybe in other religions to pray, but obviously I myself, if my conscience, my mind, and everything is proper without other interference, I would never pray such prayers. And during my prayer of a prayer that I didn't make, obviously I got tons of answers that I never wanted to. So it almost became like a ginormous, bigger nightmare to understand what is really going on and what is the reason to not pray something that I know the answer to or know what I should really pray for. So, with this being said, if you would ever want to pray to the universes or the universe, then obviously you would be expecting perhaps billions and bazillions answers that you may not ever want. So, if you're going to pray something, to ask for something, you have to possibly be certain about where you are and where you stand if you are apparently my blood group, for example. So, this is just a tip to my blood group that it is not a joke to pray prayers that you shouldn't pray because you might be expecting some sort of nightmare. And my blood group obviously knows what is okay and what is not okay to pray. So, I mean, that's normal already. So, with this being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to pray to the universes. And it's similar to any prayer, really, to pray to any religion. However, my prayers are different as I'm constantly blocked and I can't seem to talk to my real original parents. So mine usually would be tears and my light for my body shining up to the top of the sky. But those seem to be blocked and toyed with, messed with, and not really given a chance to pray on a daily basis. So it does seem that I am gonna explode internally on a daily basis because these nightmares and night terrors from who knows who for the span of 32 years have been overly bad, and my constant prayers are just constant heartbreaks of what is going on around here. And so after a span of 20 something odd years, it felt like I laid around with invisible people all possessing me, all my body, and I was just talking to them as friends, as people can't see who they're with all the time. So, I mean, these are almost like spirits or like computerized people or people that are hiding around. And they did seem like friends, or they did seem like someone I could speak to about my issues since they were all inside of me. So, after I told them what to do, as in how to pray and how to do all these a bunch of things, it turns out that they have all used that to go against me. And it's very strange because it almost felt like being nice wasn't okay anymore. And loving all life wasn't okay anymore. So, I mean, these people that came to speak to me were all pretty much frenemies. And it turns out that any place that I have gone to, in any religion, my prayers were never really answered. So, if they weren't really answered, then how could I still pray to them? Am I correct? So, I mean, these prayers were just pretty much, I want to do well in school, I want to pass school, things like that. And I did pass school, but I mean, how stupid am I really? Because in school and education, I wasn't doing well at all. And the moment I entered Catholicism, that's when I prayed to an arch-Catholic and placed the Catholic God up on top of me. And that is when that is not really the sentence to say on top of me or up ahead is actually the proper sentence, because I felt like he was up on my roof. And that is when the incidents that have occurred for me to be myself did not stick nor stay. So does that say that I am Catholic or not? Or does that say I am Buddhist or not? Which is when, in true meaning of all this, I am not neither nor. But I have to practice and learn different religions all around the universe to some extent, and to what I like actually. And I've been placed with a Buddhist mother and a Christian father. Sorry, I'm not Catholic. My father is Christian. My fiance is Catholic, and that's the reason why I wanted to join Catholicism, because I wanted to learn and see how much in depth it was before it became different parts of Christianity. And by doing that, I had realized that Catholicism is pretty much the same as the rest, where everything prayed to, and by placing them above me, it is not answered, but instead I feel stepped on instead.